This is Yair Davidiy, speaking to you from the land of Israel. We are continuing our proofs from the Bible that the lost 10 tribes are today to be found amongst Western nations. Western nations include the peoples of Great Britain, that is Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England, also parts of France, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and also the offshoots of the British overseas in the USA and Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. And from amongst these peoples are to be found the lost 10 tribes. As we emphasise over and over again, not everyone in these areas belongs to the lost 10 tribes, the central lost 10 tribes of Israel. That is where the lost 10 tribes are to be found according to the Bible, according to secular evidence which we have adduced and proven and shown and verified. And this is what we do, this is what we concentrate upon, bringing proofs to the attention of the public on this very important information. And these nations nearly all dwell at the geographical extremities of the earth. They dwell literally at the ends of the earth, and that is one of the biblical indications as to where the lost 10 tribes would be in the end times. We saw in our previous talk on this subject verses that show the lost 10 tribes to be at the ends of the earth in the end times according to prophecy. We saw it, we learned it, we spoke out these verses. The verses say that you have increased the nation, O Lord, you have increased the nation, you have added honor to them, you have added honor to them, you have stretched them out to the ends of the earth, stretched them out to the ends of the earth. See Isaiah 26:15, especially in the light of the Hebrew original of this verse. And so too, we find in Isaiah 41:8-9, the descendants of Abraham, my friend, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and so on. And also we find in Isaiah 43:6, bring my sons from afar, my daughters from the ends of the earth, talking about the return of Israel at the end times. They will come back from the ends of the earth. And also in Isaiah 49:6 it says, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, to restore the preserved ones of Israel, and that Surah Israel, I will make you a light to the Gentiles, and you shall be my salvation to the ends of the earth. The prophet Ezekiel describes Jerusalem and the land of Israel as being in the center of the earth. See Ezekiel 38:12. In Hebrew it says the Tabor Aretz. In some translations, this is translated as midst of the land. Center of the earth is more correct. It is describing the radial point, the point from which everything radiates out. Tabor Aretz. And the ends of the earth are the geographical extremities. They are the areas where we find those descendants of the lost 10 tribes to be. That is, English-speaking peoples and related nations are all at the ends of the geographical extremities of the earth. As the verses show, as additional evidence show, not only do we have the proofs of biblical verses saying that the lost 10 tribes will be at the ends of the earth, we have numerous other verses all pointing in the same direction, that there will be in the isles of the sea, that there will be mighty nations, that must be the most powerful nations on the earth, the richest nations, that there will be enormously populous, have many people, that there will be in many oceans, that there will be in geographical locations radiating from the land of Israel, that they will be especially to the west and to the north of the land of Israel, but also in the southeast, that is in Australia, and that they will have numerous signs and indications that we find amongst these peoples and amongst no others. And this is all supplemented by secular evidence from secular sources that all points in the same direction, that is where the lost 10 tribes will be. The lost 10 tribes are the majority of the Israelite nations. Originally there were 12 tribes of Israel. These 12 tribes of Israel divided after the death of King Solomon. You had Saul, you had David, and you had King Solomon. When Solomon died, the kingdom of Israel, people of Israel, divided in two separate nations. The northern section was in the north, headed by the tribes of Joseph. The southern section was in the south, headed by Judah. The northern section consisted of 10 tribes, headed by Joseph, as we said, especially the tribe of Ephraim was the son of Joseph. And these 10 tribes were taken away by the Assyrians, so exiled, and they lost consciousness of their ancestry. They lost awareness of who they were, and also the people's other nations forgot who they were, but nevertheless somehow or other they stayed together. Paradoxically, the Jews in the south, the from the people of Judah, from whom the core element of the present-day Jewish people descends, were to be also exiled, and they were to be scattered all over the earth. But they retain consciousness of who they are, and this is what it was prophesied would be. There was a reason for this, as we explained elsewhere. The reasons for all of these developments, and this is proof of the Bible. The Bible is telling us what would happen in the end times, and is telling us what would happen to the tribes of Israel. So one of the numerous signs indicating where the lost 10 tribes would be in the end times is that they would be at the ends of the earth, that is at the geographical extremities, radiating out from the land of Israel at the center of the earth, as Ezekiel said in 38:12. We also have Deuteronomy 33:13, verses 13 to 17, when Moses speaks to the tribes of Joseph, describes the tribes of Joseph, Ephraim, and Manasseh, and what will happen to them in the end times. It also mentions that they would be at the ends of the earth in the end times. He mentions other things. He says that they would be very rich, have bounteous material prosperity, that they would be populous, have many people, that they would be powerful, and that they would be like a bull. John Bull is a nickname for Britain, that they had the horns and horn of a unicorn. And the lion and the unicorn are symbols of Britain. And that this is how they would be at the end times, and signs indicating who they would be at the end times, and also that they would be at the end of the earth. And this is where we find them. Also in Jewish writings and Jewish thought, we find Britain described as being at the end of the earth. Also part of the British Isles is Ireland, and one of the names that the Irish gave to themselves is the end of the earth. And the Irish still are part of the lost 10 tribes of Israel. Isaiah 49:6 says, "It's a light thing that you should be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will give you for a light to the Gentiles, that you may be my salvation unto the end of the earth." And this is where the lost 10 tribes are. They are at the end of the earth. Lost 10 tribes are to be found at the ends of the earth, but not at every end, but only at the best, the most salubrious, the most healthy, the most bounteous, the most worthwhile sections of the ends of the earth. They're not in Siberia. They're not in Japan. They are in Western Europe. They're in the British Isles. They're in North America. And this is how it was prophesied would be in Isaiah 41:8-9. It says, "You, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend, whom I have strengthened, taken from the ends of the earth, and called you from the chief." That is the best parts, and actually they are the best parts of the ends of the earth. And that is where we find the lost 10 tribes today. Thank you. May the Lord God of Israel bless you.